Hi, I'm Marie. Welcome to Marie's Kitchen. I'm so glad you're back. Today we're making beans in the Instant Pot. If you're new to the Instant Pot, this is a great video for you. I'm going to talk you through each step about how to use your Instant Pot and how to cook beans in the Instant Pot. Beans are such a wonderful food to have around. They're easy to make, they're nutritious, high in fiber and protein, they're affordable, and they come out so delicious. So I can't wait to share this recipe with you. Let's get started. If you look online about cooking beans, you'll find there are two major debates. The first is, should you soak the beans? And the second is, when do you salt the beans? And I don't have strong opinions about either of those, but I'm going to tell you what I do and what works really well for me. I do not soak my beans. Basically, I'm just lazy and I don't really plan ahead. So I never soak my beans, never have, never will. I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people swear by it for different reasons. It shortens the cooking time for one, but with the Instant Pot, you really don't need that. These cook in 35 minutes. So no, I do not soak my beans, and you do not need to in order to cook them in the Instant Pot. What about salt? When should you add the salt? A lot of people say don't add it at the beginning because that can result in a tougher bean that takes longer to cook. I actually don't add salt in the beginning. I add it at the end. My dad taught me that, and that's just one thing I've always done, is salt it towards the end. Now let's get cooking. First, we'll get 1 cup of garbanzo beans. I get kind of a heaping cup and pour those into the bottom. Then we're going to add about 6 cups water. Now that we have our beans in the Instant Pot, let's put on the lid. So that just kind of locks into place. You'll hear that little noise and then we know it's locked. This back knob here says venting and then it says sealing. You'll want to twist the knob over to sealing. If the knob's on venting, steam will be coming out of this and the pressure will never build up. You have to seal it, which can allow the pressure to build up inside the Instant Pot. So be sure you turn the knob to sealing. Some water and steam will come out as it's cooking anyway. Don't worry about that. As long as the knob's on sealing, there may be some water and steam that slips out. That's not a big deal. So there's the knob. Now on the front, I know it can be a little intimidating with all of these different buttons on here. Here's the thing. To use your Instant Pot, at least in the beginning, don't worry about any of these buttons. All you need to worry about are 2 buttons. The first is manual. Manual means you're going to decide what pressure and how long. Okay, and those are in my recipe. So if you know the manual button, we'll just push manual. Then we're going to adjust the time. We want to cook these for 35 minutes. So this is less time and this is more time. If the lid is locked when all of those buttons are pushed, then it will go to on. Now what it's doing is it's building up pressure. This can take, depending how much water you have in your Instant Pot, in this case we have 6 cups of water, that's quite a bit. So it's going to take longer to heat that water up and to build all that pressure. It cooks in 30 minutes with about 20 minutes to heat up and build up that pressure because of all the liquid in there. Okay, so the beans just stopped cooking. It actually only took about 10 minutes for the pot to heat up and build up enough pressure. Then it cooked for 35 minutes, so the total was about 45 minutes. You can see now it's at low. After it's done cooking, it switches to low, and it's kind of just like a keep warm setting on the crock pot. So you can leave it on low. It will kind of still keep cooking, so you don't want to leave it on that for a long time, but 10-15 minutes is fine. While it is on the low setting, the pressure will naturally be releasing slowly. So what you can do is you can either leave it on low and let the pressure release naturally, or you can release it manually, which is what we're going to do. To release the pressure manually, we're just going to move this knob from sealing to venting. This steam will shoot up kind of violently, so you don't want to be beneath any cabinets or near wallpaper. You want to have kind of a lot of space for the steam to shoot up and not damage anything. So I'm going to just use a towel to move it from sealing to venting because it is hot and the steam is extremely hot. So you want to kind of stand away from it and release it here. I'm using a towel so I don't burn my finger. It shouldn't burn you, but occasionally a little hot water will seep out and hit you, so I'm just using a towel. So we'll just move it to venting. So now that all the steam has been released, what we're going to do now is carefully open the Instant Pot. Again, everything's still hot, and when you open it, you want to open it away from your face so the hot steam that's in there doesn't come right into your face, unless you're looking for like a good facial. Then you could do all the steam. No. Just twist the lid to open it, and then we're going to open it sort of away from your face. We'll set this down, and there we have our nicely cooked garbanzo beans. While the beans were cooking, I went ahead and put out the ingredients for hummus. So I'm going to show you how to make a delicious homemade hummus that is so easy. So we'll set our beans aside, and I'm going to grab our blender. This is a Vitamix. You can use another blender. You don't have to use this one. I like the Vitamix for hummus because it does really puree it and makes it so smooth and creamy. As far as ingredients for the hummus, we're going to use our 1 cup cooked garbanzo beans. That comes out to about 20 ounces, and we're going to drain it of the liquid. You can save the liquid in the freezer and use it for soups and stews like a vegetable stock. We're going to use a little bit of the liquid in the hummus, about a half cup, so you will need to save at least that much. The other ingredients are 2/3 cup high quality tahini. I buy mine at a Mediterranean market, or you can also find some good brands online on Amazon. My best recommendation is to go to a Mediterranean market and ask which tahini the owner recommends, and they will probably point you in the right direction. My problem with the grocery store tahini is that it tends to be very bitter. This tahini is more almost like a peanut butter. It's got a real wonderful nutty flavor. It's very smooth and not bitter. So I do recommend finding a nice high quality tahini for your homemade hummus. Next, we'll use about 2 to 3 cloves garlic, 3 tablespoons lemon juice, 1.5 teaspoons salt, and then some olive oil. And we're going to do that all in the blender. It takes about 5 minutes. It's so easy, and you won't believe how much it makes. It makes a huge quantity, which I often share with neighbors. Keeps well in the fridge, and you have this wonderful addition for sandwiches, salads, snacks, and it is so healthy. Just a handful of ingredients and so fresh. I really think you're going to love it, so I hope you get to try this one. We'll start by draining the liquid from the beans. I'm just using a colander here over a bowl and just draining the liquid. Now we're just going to add them to the blender. We're also going to add 1/2 cup of this nice cooking water. Now we'll add 2/3 cup tahini. Next, we'll do 2 to 3 cloves garlic, 3 tablespoons lemon juice, 1.5 teaspoons salt, and of course you can add a little more if needed. And then we'll pop the lid on and blend this up. While that's blending, I'm going to drizzle in some olive oil. There is nothing like fresh, warm hummus. Oh my gosh. Now we can just serve our hummus up with these veggies. Pour that right in the bowl. Let's have a taste. It looks so good. Delicious. Thanks so much for joining us on Marie's Kitchen. Today we made garbanzo beans in the Instant Pot. They were so easy, and then used those fresh beans to whip up some homemade hummus, which was delicious, nutty, garlicky, lemony, and so flavorful. Delicious with homemade veggies spread it on a sandwich or as a base for a salad. I really hope you get to try these recipes. If you do, let us know. We would love to hear from you. Also, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. We so appreciate your likes. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I've got lots more videos coming up with easy recipes just like this, and I don't want you to miss any of them. For this recipe and more, hop over to my website, mariesaba.com. You can print out the recipe for the garbanzo beans as well as the hummus, and I really hope you get to try both of them. My goal is to give you some really easy recipes that turn out great every time, so you can build some confidence in the kitchen and feel really inspired to share good food with people that you love. From my kitchen to yours, thank you.